ever since she started dating Kramer, she won't even talk to me.
Well, Noreen listened to you like George's mother listened to the Chinese.
You know, everybody listens to the Chinese. I mean, look at the fortune cookie. You couldn't get away with that in any other restaurant.
Yeah, no one's reading any rolled up messages in a Knish.
So ever since she started dating Kramer, she won't even talk to me.
Well, Noreen listened to you like George's mother listened to the Chinese.
You know, everybody listens to the Chinese. I mean, look at the fortune cookie. You couldn't get away with that in any other restaurant.
Yeah, no one's reading any rolled up messages in a Knish.
Well, Noreen listened to you like George's mother listened to the Chinese. You know, everybody listens to the Chinese. I mean, look at the fortune cookie. You couldn't get away with that in any other restaurant. Yeah, no one's reading any rolled up messages in a Knish. New York Jewish humor. Let's go back to the top here. Well, Noreen's, now I really like this sentence because it's listened to. And many, not everybody, but many of you left out the ED. Now what I really like about this, it's Jerry. In the same sentence, the pronunciation is different. It depends. Sometimes we say it this way, sometimes we say it another way. So, let's look at what we have here. First of all, listened to, so we got a d, to, put it together. We can say listened to, listen to, right? Keep the second sound, listen to. But listen's got the N, listen to, the T, the N can cancel the T. To has da, 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 listen to, N cancels the T, listener, and that's what he says. Noreen, listen to you. Noreen, listen to you. Listen to you. Noreen, listen to you. If there is no ED, then it must be listens with an S. And we can hear the S. The S is a strong sound. There is no S. Which means there must have been a lot of cancellation, and this N, it just canceled all this. Listen to you. Now, Noreen, listen to you like George, like George's mother. Get the S's here. We got the Z. George's mother. Listen to the. Now in this case, listen to the. Listen. He kept the sound. Listen to the. But he changed it not to a T but to a D. Listen to the. Listen to the. And why is it a D? Why not the T? Listen. I guess we get a little vibration back there. And it kind of keeps the D more natural. You could say listen to the, no problem, but Jerry said listen to the. Okay? So, which pronunciation do you use? Whichever pronunciation you want. Americans don't think about, this time I'm going to cancel the T, this time I'm going to say a D instead of the T. We don't think like that. It just comes out naturally. Sometimes it cancels, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's a D, sometimes it's a T, sometimes it's a ta, sometimes it's a ta, sometimes it's a T, sometimes it's a tu. Okay? That's why it's fundamentally important that you learn perfect pronunciation. Once you can perfectly pronounce these words, then with practice, with repetition, it's gonna come natural to say whichever style you want. Okay? Without thinking, it's gonna come out naturally. So anyway, listen to you, listen to you, listen to you, listen to you, listen to the. Well, Noreen listened to you like George's mother listened to the Chinese. Listen to the Chinese. You know, everybody listens to the Chinese, and she says T. Everybody listens to the Chinese. Now remember, Chinese people, the Chinese refers to the Chinese people or the government. Okay, it refers to all of the people or the government. That's possible too. Everybody listens to the Chinese. If the Chinese people say something, people listen. That's what she's saying. I mean, look at the fortune cookie. Look at the fortune cookie. Look at the fortune cookie. Look at the fortune, chin. It's not a chin, it's more of a chin. Fortune. Keep the O sound. Fortune. Fortune cookie. I'll talk about fortune cookies tomorrow. Yeah, this will be a good one. I mean, look at the fortune cookie. Look at the fortune cookie. Check your glossary. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. Couldn't. N cancels the T. Couldn't. N cancels the D. Couldn't. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. So that's perfect pronunciation. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. With that. With that. With that. You couldn't get away with that. Cancel the T. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. I think Elaine says that. But let's cancel the D. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't get away with that. That sounds natural too, right? Same word, 3 different pronunciations. When you're speaking, which pronunciation should you use? Couldn't. You couldn't get away with that. Use it. Say it like that. And then when you're not thinking, if you speak, probably you'll choose one of the other 2. So, you couldn't get away with that and any, that and any. Now, a couple possibilities here. We can have a glottal stop. That and any, that and any, that and any. The glottal stop TN is that, but stop. That, and right at that point, make the N sound. That and any, that and any. Or we could have a flat T. That and any, that and, that and, that and any. You couldn't get away with that and any. You couldn't get away with that in any. Glottal stop. You couldn't get away with that in any. You couldn't get away with that in any. Perfect pronunciation. You couldn't get away with that in any. That's perfect. Does it sound natural? Not really, right? Yeah, so practice speaking. That in any other restaurant. That in any, that in any. I prefer the glottal stop. That in any other restaurant. That in any other restaurant. That in any other restaurant? Jerry agrees, yeah. No one's reading any, ing. Ing, remember we got ing, in, and un. Reading any. This is also like a glottal stop right here. Glottal stop. Reading any, except we get that any. Reading any, rolled up messages, Everybody got that word. Messages in a, this is a Z sound, messages in a knish. Yeah, no one's reading any rolled up messages in a knish. Yeah, no one's reading any rolled up messages in a knish. Tomorrow, I might show you a knish, but probably just a picture. I was searching the internet for knish, and I found one. It's a little bit far away, and tomorrow's a busy day. Thursday. This weekend is bad. So I don't think I'll be able to produce a knish for you. Maybe, probably not. Fortune cookie, pretty much a guarantee. Knish, I don't know. We'll see. Because you need... Now, I'll be honest though. In America, 3% of America is Jewish. Jewish people know this. 97% of Americans probably do not know what a knish is. Well, except for New York people. So we'll say 95% of Americans are probably like you and do not know what a knish is. So I'll be educating everybody if I get one. Anyway, looks good.